And we are here on another Midweek Geek. So, welcome back, guys. We have been gone for a week. Has it been a week? Week, right?
A week. Yeah.
1 week. Yeah. 1 week. All right, 1 week. So, really quick, just a disclaimer. So, you guys, I know it's a bad angle. I'm like trying to figure out a good way to get me in on this shot, but it's not the greatest angle because I'm going like completely just, yeah, I had.
You're going bare bones minimum today.
Absolutely bare bones minimum. Luckily, I have enough gear like with me to be able to even get to this point to do this. But yeah, well, really quick, I'm your host, Eugene, as always, with my lovely co-host over there, Dennis. This week he is not all tore up like he was last week. Apparently, you guys didn't get to see that, but I saw pictures of it. But
yeah.
he was attacked by the cocaine bear and he survived. So it's good job, Dennis. But we are here, and yeah, I'm like literally bare bones. I spent a week, actually it was 10 days of training, and I had to use my Mifi, which is something that I have whenever I'm out here at work, and I pretty much drained it of. I'm tapped out, so I have to wait till it resets, which sucks.
No juice. Got no juice.
I got no juice, and then I was trying to go from my phone on my hotspot, and yep, guess what? Tapped out on that. So now I am on a singular signal, and yeah, this is what you guys get.
Although again, camera quality's good, audio quality's good. We'll take it.
Well, that's just a testament to an iPhone. I mean, it's not the latest iPhone; it's an iPhone 13, but
let's not get ahead of ourselves, man. I'm broadcasting from a Samsung S20.
But you are using a microphone that's not your phone's mic, right?
No, just my phone. Everything's my phone.
It's all right.
It's not so bad.
It's all right. But really quick, as we get started, we want to do this.
And it's the cherry limeade too.
Yes, the cherry limeade. This is probably going to be the best that you're going to see. Best thing in this right now. It is. Yeah. Here we go.
Low key jealous.
You know what? The first time I had it like straight out of the box because I had bought a 12-pack. This time around, I put it in the fridge and everything, and I got it nice and cold, and it's even better than before.
Nice.
So, really quick, guys, Ghost. That is what I'm drinking. That's what I always drink when I need my energy. So, if you guys want this beautiful can, look at that. It's pretty. You guys can. It is, isn't it? And it gives you that legendary energy, the epic focus, the zero sugar, the no artificial colors, all in this one can with a ton of natural, and it says it even on the can, natural caffeine. Ghost, check them out. You guys can catch them at GNC, Vitamin Shop, Target now, Walmart, at 7-Eleven,
Stater Brothers,
and Kroger, AMPM. I mean, they're all over now. These guys are blowing up, so definitely get a can. Check them out. You also can catch all their stuff at ghostenergy.com, ghostlifestyle.com. You can go on to their Instagram at Ghost Energy, Ghost Lifestyle, and Ghost Gamers. So check them out, guys. They have a lot of other supplements, which I actually just yesterday was able to finally get my hands on some of their whey protein, which because I got to get back into working out. So I'm getting that in there now. But it was the Oreo cookie, which I should have had it, and I probably should have had a shaker going with that. It was actually really good. It was really good. So check out all their products. Go on to Ghost, and yeah, that's a lot of love for them because both me and Dennis being up there in the numbers. I'm not going to say, I don't want to say age, just numbers.
Numbers.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
All the other energy drinks really mess us up. But this one does not. So yeah, great stuff. All right. So enough of that. Moving on. Dennis, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going real good. It was a little dicey today for work. Wasn't sure if I was gonna make it on time, but here we are.
Yes, here we are. And yeah, we got nobody here today. Where is Lupe at? He's normally like
Lupe's not here. Mike hasn't chimed in yet.
Oh,
We haven't gotten some of our regulars are missing today.
I know, no love. Right. You know what? Fine. We'll just do this then. Fine.
All
right. Have a good night, guys.
And that's our show.
Honestly, if that was the case, then we probably would be doing that every time we come on after 5 minutes and be like, "Oh, there's nobody here." All right, well, that was our show, guys.
That was fun while it lasted. Yeah.
But we don't do it for the actual people watching us here right now. We do it for everybody else that comes on, whether it's coming on or you guys watch us later on. We do it because we love it. We actually have a lot of fun. And this one is our fun show. This is the one where we actually have a lot of fun with it because it's a subject that both me and Dennis absolutely love also, which is all nerd talk. So
no young Phil, no nothing.
I know, wow. Man, nobody loves us today. I know I posted it up. You know what? Maybe we got to say his name 3 times and he'll appear. Because that's what happened last time where it was like, young Phil, young Phil, young Phil. Nope. That's all right. Nothing at all. And I can't even go on to, like I normally would do is once we start rolling, I'll jump on my phone to post something up that we're on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do that because I'm using my phone.
Yep.
Man, this sucks. I don't like this. But yeah,
all right.
Whatever. Let's roll into our first segment that we like to call This Week in the Movies. All right, guys. Well, so normally we would have slides, but again, running off the phone, very limited what I can do. But we are talking about what came out in the movies. Usually what we'll do is we do what came out the weekend previous to this show and the weekend coming up after this show. So we missed last week, though. So we want to talk about a little bit about the movie that came out last week, which was a huge movie. I'm not talking about this past weekend, but the weekend before, which was John Wick 4, or should I say John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah.
And I still haven't got a chance to go see it.
Yeah, well, neither have I. I mean, it's been a little hard for either of us to get much going lately, with work and life. As I said on, I don't know. I don't think I've ever said on the show, but I mean, I like to say life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. So,
or when you're busy.
That being said,
I mean, I had to it there. But try something else here. I'm going to try to tap into my tablet because it is right here in front of me and see if I can still post something up.
Well, I mean, this episode is a little bit of an experiment anyway, because I'm broadcasting from my phone, but I'm also logged into the show on my laptop because I want to see whether or not I'm going to get any kind of internet spike, a lag spike or anything like that.
So good.
Huh?
I said, so far so good. You've been actually running really well.
Well, I haven't done anything on the laptop yet. I'm just logged in on the show on the laptop, so we'll see how it goes. But that being said, I can at least interact a little bit more. I can share what's going on my screen and stuff like that. And I promise there's no porn.
That's called a tax. In the military, we call it a tax file. That's not a porn file. It's taxes. We have to keep track of all our taxes properly. I'm
Gotcha.
just
Purely for clarification. Yeah.
Yes. Dennis doesn't have anything like that. But anyways,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I got a little off track there. John Wick, actually, the weekend it came out, did amazing. But I mean, seriously, what do you expect, right? I mean,
so I'm gonna bring something up real quick.
Yeah.
So that we can actually see the breakdown here.
And is that going to be on Box Office Mojo? Because that's
yep.
Yes. All right, then I know exactly what it looks like. So, if you go to,
so as you can see, March 24th being the release date, it did gangbusters, 29 million, almost 30 million.
Actually, worldwide it did 79 million.
I'm talking about just domestic. I'm just looking at domestic right now.
All right.
And it held steady through the weekend. I mean, it dipped down to 18 million, almost 19 million on the close of that initial weekend, and it continued to do fairly well. It was 5-6 million here, there, and then it had a little jump on April 1st. And then, through to yesterday, bringing in just shy of 3 million as on Tuesday's numbers. But as you were saying, worldwide, it's another story.
Yeah, in total for
Look at that. Look at that.
Huh?
Look at that right there.
Oh, it's hard for me to see it.
Oh, sorry. So 250 million, almost 251. Yeah, but 250 million worldwide in just 2 weeks. So it is running through like nobody's business.
It is definitely doing really well. Of course, I mean, what do you expect? It's John Wick. From what I hear, it was like the best of all the installments.
Yeah.
I need to get out there. I'm probably going to try to get out there next week to go see it because I'll be home for a while. But it did really well the first weekend. Fast forward to this past weekend. There was another movie that we were anticipating. We really wanted to see, and I know I actually got to see it. It was one movie that I did go out to see, which was Dungeons and Dragons.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Actually got to go see that, which it was surprisingly, it was good. It did really well too in the box office. I mean, the movie actually opening weekend. It's what it says there. What does it say?
So it led
38. Yeah.
So it opened with 38 million this weekend and actually beat out John Wick on its initial opening numbers.
But
stupid.
Here's the crazy thing, that it just beat John Wick for the number 1 slot. If you look at those numbers, it wasn't by much that it beat out John Wick.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Crazy. So hold on. Here I am. And of course I don't have a Mid-Week Geek on here. I got to get a little bit more organized, guys. But back on subject here. So Dungeons and Dragons actually was really good. It surprised the heck out of me that it was actually good. It had a lot of references to the actual board game, unlike the other Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out back in 2000 and I believe it was like 2011, 2012, but it didn't go by Dungeons and Dragons, and it had Jason Statham in it, even though they said it was. Yeah, it was. I forgot the name of the movie.
I never heard this. Okay, Google search.
Yeah, it was actually named. If you look at Jason Statham, and it was a like a medieval time movie, but it was actually a Dungeons and Dragons movie, and it did really bad. It was bad, like horrible. And
2000, 2011.
it had Jeremy Irons in it.
That was, I think that was 2000 then. Let me double check here. Yes, that was 2000.
Okay, so Jeremy Irons, Jason Statham, horrible movie. And I love Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons is actually really good, but he couldn't even say that movie. So it was a horrible movie. So of course I would obviously have a little bit of a reservation about the movie because I do love playing Dungeons and Dragons. There's
I
yeah, look
used
at
to.
that.
I used to. See, this is actually a decent lineup of actors and actresses. I mean, we've got Marlon Wayans, Thora Birch was in it.
Mm-hmm. It was a good lineup, but it was a bad movie.
Not good, huh? Wow.
No, it was bad. But it was also because it had Marlon Wayans in it. So, anyways, yeah. So, trying to shake that stigma of that crap movie, I was like, all right. I mean, Chris Pines, I do like Chris Pines. He's pretty good. Michelle Rodriguez, I do like Michelle Rodriguez. Um,
I don't know anybody
so
who doesn't.
yeah, and then it had Hugh Grant of all people in it, which was like, what? Hugh Grant? All right, okay, you know. So went and saw it and liked it. Like I said, it made a lot of references to the game. Some of the lands that you actually see in the games and the modules and stuff like that, they made
Uh-huh.
reference to those. They had a gelatinous cube, which was awesome. To actually
No.
see, yeah, they made reference to the Beholder that somebody had fought one in it. It was like, all right, and then a bit of a spoiler for everybody, but if you guys remember, which most of you guys may not or may, there was a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon that came out back in the day, which Dennis, you do remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh yeah.
run into those characters.
Yeah, so there was a little. I saw that there was a little Easter egg about the a group from the cartoon, and you can actually see them in the background there. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't so much just from like a quick little shot of them in the background. There was a whole other scene when they're like running and then they run right back into them and you get a better look of them all. And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. So that was a nice nod. So
That is
they did
cool.
a good job in putting it together. So, and making 38 million for the weekend isn't a bad opening weekend for them.
No, no, not at
So
all.
and they were on top at number one, which John Wick could have easily stayed on top. So, because if you look at the lineup of the rest of the movies for the weekend they opened up, there's nothing that can beat John Wick.
Yeah, there's nothing else really that was going to give it any kind of competition or anything like that. So
Yeah. So next we move forward to we're going to look into the future. Actually, not too far into the future because it happened today. Actually, on April 5th, 2023, we've got Super Mario Brothers. And in honor of that, I got my Mario Kart shirt. Oh yeah. I was like, I gotta wear something. But this is a movie that Dennis has been looking forward to. So I was like, okay, well, we got to definitely talk about it. But opening up, look at that, jumping to 127 million, second best 5-day debut for uh, Illumination.
Illumination, the studio that actually produced the film.
So today it opened up and it hit 127 million.
No, no. 5-day debut.
When did?
So
But
so
no.
they're saying that if numbers
Oh,
hold over the next 5 days from the day it opens, it's going to be their second best 5-day debut for this studio. So
that's insane.
they're estimating it's going to hit about 127.5 million, assuming numbers hold.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I think it's probably going to easily hit that mark. I mean, it's Super Mario. I mean, you're not only getting the nostalgia portion of it from, people of our generation who, grew up with Mario Brothers and then the original NES with Super Mario and stuff like that, playing Donkey Kong in the arcades, things like that. But now our kids are also kind of part of that because, Mario obviously being the face of Nintendo, and Nintendo never really, losing their foothold on the market for video games and stuff like that. I mean, they've always been ever present, and it's kind of interesting. Going a little bit off on a tangent, and we'll can kind of talk about this later. But they never really lost their market share, and so now we have our generation of kids growing up with Mario as well.
Yeah, and well, for one, this is like a weird opening for weird opening day. Period. A midweek open. So obviously, it's not going to have the traffic that you would have on a normal weekend, which they may be trying to play on the whole spring break. I don't know if everyone's done with spring break yet, or if some people are still
I
going.
believe so. I think most everybody's done with spring break.
Everyone's pretty much done. Okay, so I don't know why they moved it up. They did. They had mentioned that they were going to move this up. This is something we had actually talked about a couple episodes ago that we had brought up that they had moved the opening day to today, which is weird. It was supposed to be on the 7th. They didn't really give much reasoning behind it, but when you look at the rest of the box, or at least the upcoming movies that are coming out this weekend, there's nothing. There's nothing except Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
So the only thing they'll be competing against would be Dungeons and Dragons and John Wick 4 still by this weekend. So will they pull that number off? I don't know. We haven't seen the box office from today.
I think it's going to be reachable. Like I say, if nothing else, purely for the nostalgia factor of there's so many people out there that literally grew up with Mario, and was such a staple of their childhoods, and now, as I said, the current generation's childhood as well. I think it's achievable. Me personally, I think it's achievable.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at I don't know. I want to say I don't think they're gonna hit it because what I've read is this gonna hold it? Nope, I won't hold it. Sorry, I'm trying to get a better angle, but what I've read is that some people are definitely already saying that it's not hitting the mark. It's a lot of like they're trying to put a lot of video game references in it, but it's just not hitting the way it should. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, hey, good for them that they put it out. Let's see what it does, because I mean they did the Angry Birds movie, and that was a horrible mistake.
But they made 2 of those. So they made 2 of those.
That is true. That's true. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So guys, that is for us. Oh, hold on. That was too quick.
A little too quick, but that's okay.
Trying to do everything on my phone, it's not working. So yeah, but hey, hold on. Okay. All right. So that was This Week in Movies, and like I said, those are what's coming out with what was happening and what happened before. I'm definitely gonna try to get out there to go watch that John Wick. I might just wait for Mario to come out on something free. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's still lots of torrent sites out there. You know, I mean, Pirate Bay is still a thing, so it's not out of the question for us to be able to watch this movie and not have to pay for it.
This is true, but we'll probably have to wait at least a week and a half before somebody actually gets a good copy of it. Because
Yeah,
that's how I
and
watch.
and that's illegal. So by no means do we condone that.
Dennis does not condone that. For those of you that are my fellow brothers in arms that continue to travel and do all that other stuff, dude, by all means, get your hard drives. I still have a hard drive full of movies. How did I get it? Shoot, I downloaded them. I have no qualms saying that.
My brother's got like the ultimate hookup. Somebody he knows actually has his own private server that he manages to get these movies early release, and then he uploads them to his private server. And then my brother just logs into the private server and watches these movies.
Oh my god, your brother's got to hook a brother up.
Oh god, I mean, he watched the Zack Snyder Justice League like a week before it came out in the theaters. He watched
wow.
all of the MCU stuff. I mean, he can see all this stuff like up to a week early. So
Fun,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. One more reason why. Kind of, I think I like my brother. I think I'm gonna keep him around. I say that, although he's what 8 years, 6 years my elder, something like that. 7 years. He's older than me. I'm gonna keep him around.
All right, well, guys, we are going to move into some.
Oh, we both did it. We did it at the same time.
All right, you know what? Then I'm going to let you do it, Dennis, or because you got. Are you using your phone too, or are you using which one? Where are you going off?
Remember, I'm logged into the show on my laptop as well. That's how I'm able to share the screen and stuff.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, just run it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So time for some video game review. So yeah, again, head slides, can't use them.
Sorry.
But we were going to talk about Super Mario Brothers anyways, because that was the latest thing that I've seen a lot of talk about it, obviously, because today is the opening day of the movie. I've seen so many articles today about, like, they had a great interview with the founding fathers of Super Mario Brothers. They talked to them. I think that was on. Who had that interview? I want to say it was GameStopper. I think so. And it just sucks that I can't reference much of anything now. Because I have no means of getting in onto anything. I did see that they were talking about Star Wars Survivor.
Yes, so Star Wars Jedi Survivor is dropping in just a couple of weeks here. As I had mentioned on a previous episode, I already got it preloaded or pre-ordered and downloaded. I'm basically just waiting for them to take the lock off so I can actually start checking it out. But I'm super, super stoked for this. I mean, I absolutely loved Fallen Order. And it's funny because I never realized it at the time, but it falls within the genre of being a Souls-like, and by that I mean it's kind of in the same vein as Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, these From Software games where it's open world. You kind of have to at some point go back to previous areas that you've explored once you've ranked up or unlocked certain abilities, what have you. In order to progress in the game, but my brain never really saw it that way because I was Star Wars. I was like, I had a lightsaber and I was killing stormtroopers and fighting ATSTs and stuff like that. And so it just never really dawned on me. And the reason I bring that up is because I hate Souls-like. I am too I'm too impatient to play most of those Souls games. It's just they're too punishing, and I'm too impatient. But for some reason, when it was set in the Star Wars universe, it didn't occur to me, and so I played and played, and so I'm gonna do the same thing. On I believe it's the 28th is when it releases officially.
Well,
So
I noticed that like from day one when I started playing it, and I was like, oh, now I have to go around. I have to go and get the right skills to be able to come back to grab this stupid whatever it is that's up there that I can't get.
Yeah.
Or it was like even like with the Lego games, you're like, oh, I got to get this character to be able to get into
you
this
don't
area. Like, dang it, man! I don't want to come back to this.
You don't have a droid to open that door. Yeah. No, I'm super excited for this one though, because again, I mean, it's continuing the story of Cal Kestis. It's it's not going to be an immediate pick up where they left off in terms of storyline. It's going to be fast forwarding a number of years. So Cal's a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and he's kind of been doing his one-man rebellion. Because this is actually taking place during the actual events of, I guess, Star Wars into Empire Strikes Back. It's kind of happening around that same time period.
Is it during Star Wars? I thought it was like more before.
This one is.
Oh, this new one.
Fallen Order was. I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 years post Clone Wars.
So that would be more like during the realm of like Rebels and Bad Batch and all that's going on. That's
correct.
What kept building up. Okay.
Yeah, probably more Bad Batch, because Rebels even was a little bit after that. So like Bad Batch, Rogue One, around that time, because actually in Fallen Order, Saw Gerrera makes a cameo appearance in Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So during the Rogue One period was the first game, and now this one follow up is taking place. It's a little bit further down the road. And again, kind of, Star Wars New Hope into Empire Strikes Back, like around that time frame. Whether or not we're going to see familiar faces from the original trilogy in this one, we don't know yet. That remains to be seen. But there are going to be, returning characters from the first game, the crew and stuff like that. And so again, I'm super excited. They are introducing gun combat as well as lightsaber combat. You're going to be able to use different lightsaber fighting styles now, as opposed to just different lightsabers. In the first one, you can actually use different fighting styles. So yes, of course, if you want to live out your Darth Maul dream, they are definitely going to accommodate you, and you can use a double-bladed lightsaber, but you can also do, a short lightsaber in one hand, long in the other, and so they're basically just taking everything that was great in the first one, and they're going to expand on it. So,
which is good, because we've seen a couple of Star Wars games where they've tried to expand, and it didn't do well. They left out stuff from the first one, like Battlefield or Battlefront.
Yeah, I mean, Battlefront's a tough one. Battlefront's a tough one to bring up, though, because, I mean, it's an EA game, and EA was notorious, especially at that time. The whole controversy with the loot boxes and stuff like that, and so, did they take the Battlefront games and improve on it with the progression onto the next gen consoles? No, they didn't. And then that being said, going from Star Wars Battlefront on what is now last gen, but the next gen, and then moving into Battlefront 2, and then from there moving on to Squadrons. You're absolutely right. They took a lot of what was the core gameplay that was fun in Battlefront and reworked everything for Battlefront 2, threw in all those loot boxes and that ridiculous grind that if you wanted to play as Darth Vader, well, guess what? You're either paying, $19.99, or you've got to play the game for upwards of 20 to 30 hours in order to get enough credits to unlock him in game. And so it soured a lot of people on wanting to even play the game.
But I do want to tell you guys, I do have a video game thing that popped up with me, which was I was on my phone looking on Instagram, and they're coming out with it was a limited edition Star Wars Clone Commandos box set, or they just came out with it actually. Remember the Clone Commandos, the game?
Oh, Republic Commando.
Or Republic Commandos. God,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're released the figures as a set?
No. They put it on Switch and came out with a special edition box to it.
Oh. I gotcha. Okay.
So when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, it's on the Switch? So right away, I had my Switch with me, and I downloaded it, and I started playing Republic Commandos again. And
that was one of that. I honestly, I still own the original Xbox disc. I still have it, and it recently became backwards compatible on the Xbox now. So I'm excited to actually start playing that again. I loved that one.
Oh, it was fun.
It was so much fun.
Well, I started playing it, and it was fun, but it still was it felt a little dated with what you can do and stuff. So,
well, yeah. I mean, unless they remake it from the ground up, there's no way that game is ever going to be up to the standard of today's current gaming experience. But that being said, it was so good. It was so much fun.
It definitely was. So I started playing, and I got to get back on it. But
the only downside is that they removed the multiplayer capability. You used to be able to play PvP in that. I mean, it was private.
I had it.
It was private matches. You had to be linked with another person. So it was like LAN party type stuff. But they got rid of it, and so you can no longer do multiplayer matches anymore.
But I mean, I'm just happy that it's on the Switch. I was like, oh sweet.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah.
Download it, and I can play it now when I'm up here stuck doing nothing. So, but any more video game news? Because I can't.
Yes. So there is one other thing. Everybody's been chomping at the bit. Speaking of Nintendo and the Switch, everybody's been chomping at the bit for the next Breath of the Wild, which is going to be called Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. And they actually just released a gameplay trailer not too long ago that I'm going to bring up right now, in fact. And this is going to be in-game, actually, rendered. It's not like a slice of the game that they are pre-rendered or anything like that. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors!
Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him. Please, lend him your power.
Ooh. Definitely looking forward to that one because I did enjoy Breath of the Wild. It was a lot of fun. So
it was that to me is almost worth stealing my kid's Switch.
it looks really good. I know that
Yeah.
on top of the trailer coming out, which was last week when that one came out, they just put out kind of some renderings of, I think it was like 4 different outfits that Link will have through the
Mhm.
game, and it looks really good, dude. I'm really excited for this game. So, and it's lately it's rare to hear me say how excited I am for games, but I am actually pretty excited about this game. So, definitely looking forward to the new. Sorry, I almost said Breath of the Wild, but the new Zelda game, which is Tears of Sunshine.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, there you go, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Not the Bruce Willis
yeah.
movie. Tears of the.
It looks visually. They took that same graphic style from Breath of the Wild that everybody absolutely fell in love with, and they really kind of didn't mess with it much. I think they sharpened it up a little bit, maybe did a little bit more of fine tuning in terms of shadowing and giving it just a touch more realism, but they stuck with that more cell shaded graphic style, which it worked so well. Look how many games that came out that kind of copied that same graphic format not too long after Breath of the Wild. But the thing that I really like is the fact that they are not removing aspects of the gameplay and replacing it with other things. They're just expanding on it. Excuse me. In Breath of the Wild, you could do a lot, like if you saw a mountain, you could climb to the top of that mountain and then you could hang glide off of it for as long as you had stamina,
Yeah.
And as you saw in part of that footage, there's actually going to be a lot of like skydiving portions of the game. So you are actually going to be navigating portions of the game in the air, gliding. And then we saw Link on that kind of hovering platform. So there's that. Riding rails, so they didn't remove any of the stuff that made Breath of the Wild so fun and engaging, and they're just kind of expanding on it and adding a few other things. So it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, which of course Nintendo is smart with their games, the way they do it, especially when they have second, like part 2 to a game. They do really well with them. So, guys, definitely we've got a couple games that are coming out. Obviously, like I said, Jedi or Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which will be coming out the end of this month. So we'll probably, is that a Wednesday, the 28th? Or is that a Friday?
I think it is a Wednesday, actually. Let me confirm.
Maybe a Friday. I think it's a Friday.
You think I would know because I already pre-ordered it.
I think it's a Friday.
The 28th.
So it's a Friday.
Okay.
So it'll be coming out April 28th, which is a Friday. We will probably do a little bit more talk about it as we're leading up to it. Obviously, because we're Midweek Geek, so we're gonna fall right on the Wednesday before. We'll be talking
Yep.
about it, and I'm sure by then they'll be having a lot more stuff that's gonna be coming out. Also, the new Legends of Zelda. We're looking forward to that too, coming out in May.
May 12th. Yeah.
Yeah, May 12th. So check it out, guys. Tears of the Kingdom, not Tears of the Sun, which is related to Bruce Willis. Check it out. Zelda, Tears of the Sun. I mean, Kingdom.
That's right.
So, with that, guys, this is going to be it for our game review. Go ahead, Dennis, run that.
I love it. I love it.
All right, so moving on from our video game review, we're going to kind of do this one a little quicker because, again, we don't have slides for it, but it's time for some. Go ahead, Dennis. I got to work on that one, fade in and out a little bit better, but toy time. So, toys. Again, no slides for this, but what I wanted to talk about was, we had a bot, and I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to remove the comment, and I don't know if I can do that. So
No, you can't. You gotta go on to. I mean, it's something that's on Twitch, so it doesn't pop up here. I don't care. So, anyways, toy time. So something that that I found while digging through for the new toy reviews, which was NECA is putting out a new April O'Neil figure, which is a 7-inch April O'Neil, but taken from the pages of the original Eastman comic books, which the April O'Neil of the comic books was Puerto Rican, if I remember correctly, and it was based off of one of Eastman's girlfriends from back in the day. So they're coming out. They showed the sketches of what she may look like. She is going to be a 7-inch figure, like a lot of their other turtle figures that they've put out. So it was kind of cool that I saw that. I was like, man, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what that's going to come out with. I might actually buy that figure along with the other turtle figures that they have, because NECA actually put out some pretty good turtle figures. They look really good. They did like a line of turtles crossover with Universal Monsters recently, which was they put out. It was like a mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula, and I believe a werewolf. So they did those with the turtles. So that was something I wanted to talk about. That's coming out, and then the other thing that's coming out, which I got really. Oh, did you get it?
Yeah.
So who's this? Whose website is this off of?
This is from NECA.
Oh, okay, cool.
If I can, that's as big as it gets.
I can't.
See, this one. I think this is the one that they based off of the actress from the movie.
Yeah, that's the original movie actress. I would say go on to
There's the movie one right there. Bride of Frankenstein, April O'Neil.
Oh, there. That's funny. Yeah, it was on
It's this one.
Yeah, that's it. That's actually so. Toy Arc was where I was getting my information from. Definitely shout out to Toy Arc, which I actually like their website when it comes to toys. So that right there, so you can click on that, and that'll actually give you a good picture of what they're going to base her off of. So that is right there what Eastman drew, the original April O'Neil, and they are going to be putting out a figure for her now, which is really cool. So we're now going way back when it comes to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As you can see, she's not the curly-haired redhead from the movie, and nor is she the redhead from the actual cartoon, which they changed April O'Neil purposely. They felt that it would be better if she was the one that we saw on the screen than this one, which this one's, you know,
she's definitely a lot edgier. I mean,
yeah.
you can tell that she is, very no nonsense. Does not take any kind of guff or anything like that. So, you're right. Not the squeaky clean, girl next door that we saw in the cartoon or the movies for that matter. So,
But this was the original vision for April that Eastman had for the comic book. So
that's
looking
right.
forward to see when that drops and see what it looks like and how well they do it. So that's really cool. Another thing that I saw on the same website, so if you go back to the homepage, you'll see it, which again, we have no affiliation with them, but I want to definitely shout out to Toy Arc for their actually really cool website, and it's got a lot of great news about the latest toys. So scroll a little down. It was just below April O'Neil, which was the next thing right there. Boom. So for the nostalgia side of things, for us that are older, we've got the original light cycle from Tron that's going to be coming out. That thing is freaking cool. Like back in the day, I wish I would have had that.
But the thing that kills me is that they're putting it out
Oh,
under their
what's going on?
react.
What the heck?
Eugene's he's at a rave.
I don't know what the heck happened. My light just all of a sudden started going red.
Maybe your bulb is going out. I don't know.
It won't even turn off.
No, I don't know. But no, the thing that I was saying though is what kills me is that they're putting it out under their Super 7 reaction line, which I mean, it's disappointing for me because I feel like the GI Joe kind of revolutionized action figures for us. They were fully articulated. They could bend at the arms, the waist, the elbows, everything. And these are literally like the OG Star Wars action figures where it's like their arms go up and down and their legs go up and down. That's it. So it's very limited in the movement and stuff. But that being said, they are at least going to give us multiple toys. So as you can see, there's a Flynn with a light cycle, Tron with a light cycle, and then I think nope, that's the one we just looked at. Sorry. So
Yeah, so it should be
light cycle, Tron with a light cycle. What's it? Why do they show two of the same picture? That's lame. Okay.
well, I mean, so the only thing that really distinguished them was the colors of the light cycle, because unless they really,
I mean, if you
Flynn
look close, you can tell Flynn is Flynn.
Yeah. Flynn has
He's
a sash, and
yeah,
then
he's got the
Tron
little sash, and then Tron has just the straight up, regular body there.
So, but I'm really looking forward to seeing these when they come out, and I probably will pick up one or two or one or both. But they're really cool. I mean, I honestly wish they had had a toy this cool when I was a kid, but they did have.
They did.
They
I had these when they
you
first
had
came
the
out.
light cycle?
Yeah. They were basically GI Joes, but they were like translucent plastic, like translucent purple, translucent blue, and then they had the lines painted on and stuff.
Yeah,
They were
had the figures.
Yeah, they had made a light cycle as well, and I was just like, oh, these are the best thing. And as usual, when you're a kid, you don't think about, hey, treat your toys with some respect, and they got destroyed over time.
That's true. Oh, Loop is here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lupe, I'm so glad you're here. You're about an hour late, but it's okay. Welcome. No, whenever I think of Tron, I start to hear more of from the second one, which was Worlds Apart or Separate Worlds by Journey.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Because that is like, oh, that just put a lot, like, I remember watching that for the first time, and I was really excited because obviously it's part 2 to Tron. It wasn't the greatest, but it was still really good. I still enjoyed it, had fun with it. But he walks into Flint's arcade, and it was like all of a sudden things started lighting up, and the music starts playing. And it was like, oh, I love that song. 1. 2, it was the fact the way he opens up the back of the arcade game, and then oh, dude. On a Wednesday? Come on, Lupe. What's more important than our show?
Do you really want him to answer that?
I know, but Lupe, you've become a mainstay in all our shows now, so we miss when you're not on. We miss you. So, Dennis, are you the second viewer, or is there somebody else on?
That's me. Like I said, I'm logged in on both my laptop and my phone to the thing. So that other account you see in the guest room is the laptop.
Oh, no. I know in the guest room, but we have a second viewer too.
Oh, no, I'm not watching the feed. No.
Well, welcome, second viewer. Welcome to the show, and you've been on for a little while, so cool. So, anyways, all right. So
hang on. So there is one other thing, since you were talking about the soon to come April O'Neil OG. NECA had actually been working on another Ninja Turtle property that I thought looked really cool. They're going to be releasing the Last Ronin figure. So
actually, I did see a Last Ronin figure in stores, and it was all red. It was like red with
no.
That's not NECA?
No. It
Post
is.
it. Let's see.
Oh gosh darn it. There we go.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it looks so good. NECA blew this one out of the water. Like, normally I'm not high on NECA's sculpt because they tend to go a little bit more like they do the cartoon adaptation and more like comic book style much better. To me, this sculpt is on par with like some of the Hot Toys or the Diamond Select and stuff like that we sometimes see. I mean, this looks cool. And if you've read the Last Ronin arc in the Ninja Turtles, it's so good. So essentially, all but Donatello are dead, and Donatello was just carrying on the fight by himself.
I definitely got to. I mean, you're not the first one that had mentioned it. It was also young Phil from Distance Nerding that actually mentioned it too. That I got to get my hands on a copy of that and read through it.
But as you can see, Donatello, he's got Mikey's nunchucks, he's got one of Raph's sais, and he's got Leonardo's sword. So he's literally like he's carrying on everything. I just when I saw that, I was like, oh my god. Oh, I had not heard that. Interesting. That would make it. That would make it even better.
That would be seriously sick.
Yeah. So, here, let me pull up this picture real quick here because this shows like in package.
Which I know you said it before about NECA and their figures and stuff, but I do have all the NECA Back to the Future figures, which they were actually done really well.
Yeah. See, this one is a little bit different too. If you look at this one here. Oh, why is it not showing? Oh, because I have to click over. There we go. Yeah. So see, this one is much more cartoon style.
Yeah, that might have been the one that I've seen.
Because I think so. Because the background is red there.
Yeah. No, but there's also another one they're putting out that it was all red. He literally was all red, and I was like, "Oh, that does not look good."
Oh, yeah, I hadn't seen that one yet. I hadn't
Yeah, I
seen that.
forgot what company put that one out, but it was not good. So cool. I mean, there's some really cool toys coming out. Looking forward to seeing them. And dude, today I went to Walmart, which I'm not a big fan of the place, but I do go there quite a bit, even though. But I actually went down their clearance aisle section because I've been seeing like a lot of people finding just little hidden gems in the clearance aisles,
Yep.
picking them up. And one thing I did see was like the Batman Lego set, and it was of the Batcave. And I don't know how much it was originally, but it was down to like $50. And I was like, yeah, it's still too expensive for me. I'm not going to, I'd like to buy it because I did like the Batman, but $50 for it, I was like, no, still not too keen on it. And I should have, I know it's probably still going to be there tomorrow. Maybe I'll go back. But they had a Lady J and a Baroness figure on sale for $10 each. But it was the bigger GI Joe, because they did the 3 3/4 ones, and then they did them a little bit bigger.
Like the 6-inch, 7-inch.
Yeah, I think they're either 6 or 7, but they were like full this with the same packaging and everything as if they were the 3 3/4, which were really cool. But yeah, both those figures were $10 each. So I was like, I should have grabbed them just to grab them because I know you're a big fan of the Baroness. So can't deny it. So yeah, I was looking down their clearance aisle because I was like, you know what? Never know. I'm gonna start doing that more often because I know that at one point, even like Poe Dameron's X-wing fighter was in the clearance aisle, and it was down from like the ridiculous price of I think like $80 for it or something like that when they first put it out, down to like $20, and I didn't buy it.
Was it this line?
No, it wasn't that line. It was they were in like the packaging that looked like the original GI Joes. They were just bigger.
Okay.
So.
Oh, hang on.
Baroness is one of the best cosplays.
Well,
I will agree with that.
Which Baroness though? Which Baroness from the movie or from the cartoon?
And who's cosplaying as the Baroness? Because that could also go really bad if it's not the right looking person.
Yeah. I mean, not gonna
I'm just
lie.
gonna put it out there. I got it.
Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, because I've seen like I remember one year. Well, actually, let us roll out of this toy review because I think that's pretty much it for the toys.
All right.
And so that way.
Sorry, I hit it a little too quick there. Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's fine. So, seen a bad one yet? Baroness, I have. Pleather suit Baroness. Well, we can't. I mean, honestly, even the cartoon Baroness, you can't tell whether it's pleather or leather or spandex that she's wearing because it was a cartoon. But so there was one year I went to Comic-Con or WonderCon over in Anaheim, and it was the year that they were celebrating like Wonder Woman. I think it was the year that the Wonder Woman movie was coming out. So Wonder Woman was the number one cosplay for that event. Let me tell you right now, not everybody should be dressing up as Wonder Woman. Not a good thing. It was bad. Okay, that's a good Baroness.
That's a really good Baroness, and not even because she's attractive. It's very like accurate to the design of the costume. You know, like all that aside, she did a great job of like encompassing the character.
Yeah, she did. I mean, the costume looks great. But why don't you type in bad Baroness or bad cosplay and you'll find. Whew. I'm telling you, man. When I was
Neither
walking
ride
around,
the invisible jet more than the others.
uh, it's more like even the armor that she wore in the newest one would not hide the just hide anything. It was bad. It was horrendous. Let's just put it that way. Horrendous. I'll use that.
Yeah.
I was looking around like, come on, no. I felt like going up to some of them saying, "Mija, no, 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 no,
I mean, I know.
no. Put a moo on, please." We're probably gonna get canceled for me saying that, but
So I did that. I typed in like bad Baroness cosplay, and
yeah,
all I got are like nothing but the good ones.
because they're taking the word bad to be good, and yeah, I can see that.
Well, I even tried horrible, and it still didn't work. You saying the golden lasso won't go?
I'm just saying that I don't think the Amazonians
Maybe.
had a big enough golden lasso to go around some of them.
Maybe.
So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. So yeah. Uh, well, guys. So yeah, I mean, hey, let's just talk nerd right now because we went through all our segments. Actually, we went through them pretty quick for once. I think it's because we didn't have Lupe here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Not saying that it's a bad thing, Lupe. We did miss you, and Mike too. If he was miss Mike coming on, but how many out there are watching The Mandalorian? Because if you're watching it, how good is it? Oh my god, dude! Have you watched it?
Yes.
And
Yeah. So not even gonna lie. I full on thought that the armorer was going to take her helmet off when
I
she
was
told
waiting for
Bo.
that.
She told Bo, take your helmet off, and she goes, wait a minute, what? And she's like, do you respect my position, my station? Yes. Take your helmet
Oh,
off. And waiting for her
shoot!
to take it off.
Wait! Stop! Lupe is behind on episodes.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't
Never
listen.
mind, Lupe. It was just a very bad dream. It was a fever dream that Dennis had, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. This is not the episode you're thinking of.
You didn't see anything.
Let's just say The Mandalorian right now is freaking awesome. It's actually
So
they're doing
good.
really well. This season is so good. I'm really enjoying it. Lupe, you got to get on the ball, get to watching that. I started back up on the Bad Batch, and I'm starting to watch all that again.
Bad Batch is getting really good too.
Yeah, the Bad Batch is definitely getting good.
Are
So
are you caught up on that?
I am not. I'm not fully
Oh,
caught up.
dang it.
So
Okay, I'm not
you
gonna say
gotta
anything.
wait. Yeah, you gotta wait on that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really excited to watch because I've seen a couple things pop up, and I didn't read into it, but I was like, ooh, something good's happening.
Rebellion.
No, we won't do that to you, Lupe. It sucks to get that. Oh, but hey, Dennis, I
Yeah.
did notice when I was on Box Office Mojo, I was looking at what's coming up, and guess what's coming up in 2 weeks? The Pope's Exorcist.
Oh yes. We talked about it, I don't know, like a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, I really want to get out and try and see that too. God. So there's
Yep.
that. There's
And
Mario
also
Brothers. There's Dungeons and Dragons. Man, there's 3 movies out.
Evil Dead Rising's coming, which I'm gonna go see.
Nah, I don't have as much.
I'm
I don't
not
have
like
interest in that one.
I'm not like overly excited about it, but I did see a trailer while I was watching Dungeons and Dragons, and I was like, all right, well, I mean that looks like, I mean it's taking the story out of the woods and putting it into a building,
Mm.
And movie came out tonight. Oh yeah, Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, we talked about the movie that came out tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that, and there was like there was a couple other movies that I saw. Oh, obviously, I finally got to see the Flash movie trailer on the big screen, which made it even better. Nah, dude, I'm going to go see my Batman on the big screen. That's why I'm going to go see it. So
Sorry, but I'm not as hyped for the Flash movie as I was because of what's his name?
because of the Flash himself.
Yeah, because of the actor.
Wait, what? I'm lost. What is he talking about?
Army of Darkness is where the series ended for me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I would say the same thing. Like I did like the remake of Evil Dead. It wasn't that bad. It was a lot more bloodier, and a little bit more of the gross out stuff was going on in it, but I did like it. It wasn't too bad. So I'll let you guys know how the latest one comes out when I go see it. What else was there? There was trying to think of what other trailer I saw, and I was like, oh, dude, all right. It's all a blur. Oh well. But so we got quite a few movies coming out, and you got to go on to YouTube, check out the trailer for Sisu. Dude,
Sisu is another one.
that's another one that's coming out this summer, so I'm looking forward to that one. It was the same guys that brought you John Wick, so definitely check that out. What else? Anything else?
Nope. Nothing that I can think of anyway.
Yeah. I haven't really watched any. I mean, we took a day last week where we brought all the guys together, and all the guys and girls.
Oh,
What?
actually, one last thing to mention. I don't know if you've seen it yet. They just dropped a Blue Beetle trailer.
I have not watched it.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It actually looks good. It actually looks really, really good.
Only
I'm
reason why
hoping that it's not just hype.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I knew there was a Blue Beetle trailer was because I went on to one of the Instagram sites and I saw one of the guys that I follow who does a lot of 3D printing. He just did a 3D print of the new Blue Beetle helmet, and it looked freaking awesome. I was like, oh my god, I gotta build that. I gotta do that print. So I gotta go check that.
I mean, if you want, I can pull up the trailer if you want to watch it.
I'd be a little scared because YouTube might hit us for copyright. I'm trying to think of what movie the guys up at Distance Nerding put up, and then all of a sudden they hit them with the copyright thing, and they actually shut their YouTube stream down until they took it off, and then they put it, and then they were able to start back up again. You know what? Play it.
Okay.
Why not? I want to see it. All right, guys, here we go. Reviewing a trailer. Trailer time.
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes? You finished scraping the gum off that lounger or what?
Everything right now feels so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much. I just want to rap. Jenny?
Guard that with your life, but do not open it.
You went in to get us jobs, and all you brought back was a hamburger?
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked?
What the hell is that?
How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me.
Carmen.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? Okay, it's gonna be okay. Oh, space.
Re-entry systems ready.
Wait, no. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What is going on? I just wanna rock.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
This ain't what you want.
Sometimes it does what you want, and sometimes it doesn't.
I think I cut a bus in half.
The Scarab chose you, but it belongs to me.
That love you feel for your family makes you weak.
I just wanna rock. You don't kill my dog, stand on my money, don't lose my side.
The universe has sent you a gift, and you have to figure out what you're gonna do with it.
That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
Nice choice.
I just wanna rock.
Whoa. It's like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
I just wanna rock.
All right.
It's good. It looks good. I mean,
It does.
George Lopez is in it with a really bad mullet. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, come on.
That actually looks really good. I like the choice of who they're getting to play.
Yeah.
You know, Blue Beetle. And because I did like him in Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'm with it. Kind of looking forward to seeing that.
It's Susan Sarandon making an odd villain appearance. She's going to be the antagonist. So
That's interesting.
yeah.
So, all right, cool. I'm down with it. I'll definitely go see it. I'm excited for it now. Now I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Lupe, what do you think? Since you're the one saying play it. It was you know. We're waiting. I'm waiting. All right. So yeah, it's pretty much all I've got. All I had this for tonight was all that we saw. And we got to see that really cool trailer for Blue Beetle. And yeah, I don't know what else. I think that's pretty much it. I just feel like really like I don't know what to do with my hands. Because I'm usually the one also with like multiple screens all going, and I'm the guy in the chair. But this time I'm just sitting here. I don't know what else to do.
I think this experiment worked though, because as you can see, like my being able to access the stuff and be able to share screen and stuff like that, you know, it works a lot better. Yeah, right.
Well, I think on top of that, it doesn't help that I've had this thing going in me. So, and this was really good. So I'm really, yeah, good stuff. So, and tomorrow I'm actually going to be picking up another case of the Warheads sour green apple.
Nice.
So I will be giving you a case with the cherry limeade, the phase pop, and sour green apple. So I had to get those over to you. Yo-Yo's. Actually, I was watching, and yeah, I'm about to reveal some of the stuff that I watched that I'm a little embarrassed that I do watch, but AGT, America's Got Talent. AGT. Yeah, I do watch that while I'm here. Freaking Heidi and her, she's like this. Yeah. So, anyways, there was a kid that was on there that his talent was playing with yo-yos. I mean, granted, the kid's got like seriously ninja skills. He's out there and he's like doing them around and jumping up and down and flipping around and circling around. And then he does a flip and all this other stuff. But yeah, I was like, yeah, yo-yos are dead. The dude had like, I think they like had a video of his room and it's just filled with yo-yos. And he had some like 3,500 different yo-yos. I was like, wow.
How old was that episode?
Last year. It was last season.
Was it Asian?
Huh?
Was he Asian?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I haven't caught up on the new season, which they just started filming on the 23rd. Yes, I do know when the new season is, dropping in. I was trying to get tickets to go see it because they film right there in Pasadena, but I didn't have anybody to go with, so I'll just have to wait till it's on TV. So there, I have a soft side. I don't like that. Some of those yo-yos are, it's ridiculous how much some of these yo-yos can go for. I mean, seriously, who's still playing with yo-yos?
This guy.
Hello. Very nice to meet you. What's your name, please?
Guillermo.
I'm Takada. I'm from Japan.
Which part of Japan?
Near to Tokyo. It's called Yokohama.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Guillermo, thank you. You see that, Dennis?
They've been a bit boring, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
Where would you like to be with your act in 5 years' time?
My dream is having on my show and traveling around the world to
You're definitely
share
trying.
the coolness
Glad
of
you're here
yoyoing.
watching.
It's my dream.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. So I sat in my card chat watching this, and I was impressed, but I wasn't too impressed. But this dude, like, it's like, okay, he's got yo-yos. All right. What else you got?
Dad, hit the road, Dad, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. With the road, Dad, don't you come back no more.
Telling you, dude's got ninja skills.
Don't come back no more. Don't come back no more. I just say hit the road, Jack. Don't come back no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't come back no more.
I mean, how he was doing kind of what? He's good. He's really good. You know, the funny thing is that this kid is, like, from the interviews stuff, I got that he's a very introvert. And all of a sudden the music kicked on and he started rolling with these things. And he was like freaking amazing showman. So, yes.
Dude, I can't do that.
God, even if I tried doing the whole flip thing, I'd break a hip or something. But the dude's a ninja. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I am. I do watch AGT. So there we go. All of you guys do know now. Can't help it. But again, Guillermo. Do we know Guillermo? No, we don't, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. Obviously, he's from probably Behind the Mask on that side of town because he's saying history of our sport. So obviously, he's talking about paintball. So thanks. I mean, welcome to the show. Hope you do come back for more of the shows because, yeah, So it reminds me of the old Goonies. Yes, yes, I remember that game.
I
Freaking on
remember
the NES.
the original NES. Yeah.
Mikey running around, and that was one of your weapons was a yo-yo.
Yep.
I never could beat that game. So yeah, but it actually. So a little history on that game because I actually watched. A shout out to oh my god, what was the name of the Toy Galaxy? Great videos on their thing, which is on YouTube, and they talked about the video game from the Goonies and talked about how the whole storyline for the game, because it was like really weird when you played it. It had nothing to do with the original movie as far as the storyline. You did see the fatalities. You did see I think there was a little shot of like Sloth in there. And of course you had Mikey and he was going to go save all the Goonies. And then he had to go rescue a mermaid.
Yeah. The game, it was like a point and click.
Yeah. But the game is based off of a script that never happened, which was supposed to be Goonies 2. So that's why you had such a weird thing to it. But that's what one of the storylines that they had for second part, which never happened.
Gotcha.
And then later on down the line, I started hearing this like a couple years ago. They were still trying to make it part 2, and it was actually the guy that played Chunk who was really pushing forward for this new story. Which the story was supposed to be that now here we are, fast forward to years later. Chunk got divorced and was trying to cope with things, and he had a daughter, and all the Goonies heard about it and wanted to come back to Astoria to kind of be there for him and everything. And they brought their kids, and it was their kids that started out on an adventure, and the parents were following them into the I've actually commented on a couple of the shows before. Oh, you're talking about like the older shows. If you know us through Jose, dude, we've come a long way since the old show. We're actually live streaming, and actually, I want to get Jose back on the show because I need his comic book knowledge. Is that who we're talking about? I think so. I know you guys see Jose. Whatever. Welcome to the show.
Happy to have you.
Yeah, still happy to have you. We're happy to have anybody here. We love it. But anyway, so yeah, that's what the premise for like the Goonies 2 would be if they do it. I mean, that would be actually awesome to do it. But Sean Astin is kind of, he's gotten up there. He's kind of a big guy now. Not as in big guy of the movies, but he's kind of a heftier guy.
Which is ironic because the actor that played Chunk lost he lost all that weight.
Yep, I've seen pictures.
I think he's isn't he like a real estate agent or something like that now, doesn't he?
No, he's actually a lawyer.
A lawyer, that's what it is. He's a lawyer.
Actually a lawyer for the Stars. He still stayed in kind of the Hollywood. Yeah, and he became a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So, but how cool would that be if they were able to get all the original actors, because they're all still around and most of them are still working, especially after the win that what was his name?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yep.
Yeah. After him winning his Academy Award and to have kind of nostalgia thing and bring them all back, that would actually be really cool. So,
and he actually, not to go off on too much of a divergence, but he actually said somebody asked him if he would be open to the idea of reprising his role as Short Round, and he said absolutely. He said if they were to approach me with the idea of my being, playing Short Round in another Indiana Jones movie, he said, yeah, absolutely. Which is funny because a lot of people say, oh, it's he had the stereotype of like the little Asian kid and da 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 da, and he said, he said, you know what? I was perfectly fine with that role when I took it. I'm perfectly fine with it today. doesn't, hamper my credibility at all, especially after that Oscar win. He said, no, absolutely. I would fully be on board if they made another movie and wanted me to come back at Short Round. So I could see him agreeing to come back as an older Data. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that would be seriously cool. But look at it. Too much dessert in the Shire.
Potatoes.
He had too many of those. Too many potatoes is not good for your diet. So, yeah, but it would be really cool to see that happen if they did, but who knows? Yeah. Good stuff. I actually did watch that movie too recently. Everything, Everywhere, All at is that what?
All at Once, yes.
Yeah. And it was actually really good. It was a good movie. So I give it a thumbs up. But all right, guys, I think that is going to do it for us for tonight. I can't think of anything else. Got anything else?
No.
We pretty much covered it tonight. I'm working on trying to get us actually somebody to come on to talk about comic books. That is a buddy of mine who got me to read Infinity Crisis. And it was, he gave I think I mentioned it before. He's a actual English teacher that.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Wow. Chat only on Mondays. Colon chat only on Mondays? I mean we could put in colon chat on this show too, but isn't that a lot of colon talk in 1 week? I'm just saying. And Lupe, you were there for the whole story I told, right? About bowel movements in the army. Which I'm going to say that, you know what, a good way to get you going if you had to eat. Brutal. Oh.
Oh my god.
Dude, I think you ate the Encino Man. Oh my god, you put him and Brendan Fraser together? Oh jeez. Oh my god. Jeez. Brutal. Samwise eating his breakfast. His second breakfast. His brunch.
11Z's.
11Z's. Lunch. Jeez.
Oh
god.
Oh my god, somebody put me out of
Right as I was wrapping this up, this just blew up.
Off the rails. Just went
oh
off.
my god.
Well,
I mean, Lupe was asking for some colon talk, and I was about to, but that just derailed the whole thing. It really did. But I think we save colon talk more for Monday because it loosens it. It loosens us up towards the end of the show because we're all tensed up. At the start of Behind the Mask, because we're talking about a lot of dumb stuff that goes on in paintball, we're like this. So we need something to kind of go, and that's what does it. So I'm just saying. Guillermo, welcome to the show. Totally different from the time that me and Jose were doing it. I know, but we've come a long way, baby. Oh, definitely way different tunnel. Oh man. Oh my god, dude. Good. Yeah, this on this show with us now, it's a lot different than what the format was before. I'm, since Guillermo's new to the show, we go into at the start of the show, we'll talk about our different segments, movie reviews, video games, toys, maybe some comics if we got anything new, and then at the end we just go any direction we want.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this is the fun show too. Like I said, behind the mask is still our passion and we love it and have fun with it. But this one we just go any which way but here.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I think we're gonna call it tonight. That is it for us. That'll definitely do it. That'll definitely do it for us. That's true. Damn, I didn't even think about that.
All right, Lupe, your next task is to translate it into Chinese that she was saying.
Oh my god. Oh, I wish I had my computer. I would have typed up that and just put that up right away, but too late.
Too much Dr. Jones.
Oh my god, we're gonna get canceled.
We're totally gonna get canceled. We better do this now before it gets worse.
We'll just blame it on my PTSD or something.
Yeah, there you go.
So we won't get canceled and be like, oh, that poor guy. Oh. All right.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. What does that translate to, Lupe? I'm a Jonas Brothers fan, right? That's what it says. Oh my gosh, dude, we're so bad.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh.
Okay. All right. Let's breathe. All right. Anything goes.
Oh.
All right. So, anyways, guys, let's get back. So, best way to get a hold of us, and it's going to be for all our social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all that. You can find us all on the Geek Saga. Well, that's YouTube. Geek Saga 77 is definitely one. Or you can just type in the Geek Saga and you'll find everything that we have. Mid-Week Geek, it falls under the Geek Saga umbrella. So we are a show that's part of the show, pretending to be a show. But it's a real show. So definitely find us on all those different Instagram or social media sites. And you can check out our main show, The Geek Saga. Go to, because we are part of the Comic-Con Radio family. You can go to comiccon-radio.com and you will find the main show, which is The Geek Saga, up on there, along with some of our friends like the guys over at Distance Nerding. They've got 2 shows that are up there. That's Distance Nerding and Comic Conversation, where they actually go out and talk to people at Comic Cons. So you can find all of that on Comic-Con Radio comiccon-radio.com. And a lot of other great shows that are on there. I know that they're trying to get a bunch of other people part of that. So check that out. For all of this stuff, you can find it on our YouTube channel and Facebook. So, guys, it was, well, I always love being on. I know Dennis loves being on too. And we always go, like Luke said, anything goes. So as long as we're talking comic books and all that other stuff, it's a lot of fun. So, Guillermo, again, thanks for joining us. Lupe, thanks for being on. And then whoever number 3 is, thanks for being on too, guys, because, yeah. Look.
So long,
No shit. My dress. He poked a hole in my dress. Oh, that was a great movie. I think I'm gonna have to watch that tonight before I go to bed. I've got all kinds of energy. So, anyways, if you guys want to get a hold of us, you can definitely check or find us on Instagram. DM us there. It's the easiest way to get a hold of us. Or you can go onto our email if you want to email us, like you want us to talk about your store that you have or an event that you're putting on that has to do obviously with geeks and comic books and all that other stuff. You can go on to the Geek Saga 20 at gmail.com, and that's a good way to get us to. Easiest way would be the DM us on Instagram, because we check that quite a bit. So anyways, all right, guys, you guys all have a great night. It's been a lot of fun as always, and I think I'm gonna stick to potate. You see that? All right, Guillermo, come back next week, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time for the live show. On
Monday and Wednesday, both shows.
On Mondays, you can catch us talking about nothing but paintball stuff at 7:30 also, which is the Behind the Mask show, which on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. With Mid-Week Geek, we are on the Geek Saga on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And we're both days, Monday and Wednesday, we start at 7:30, and we go roughly about an hour, hour and a half. So, all right, guys. Well, we had a lot to say tonight and had a lot of fun doing it, but, you know, hold on. Let me see if I can get this one down. To quote the great LeVar Burton, you don't have to take our word for it.